Okay.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Quite a few unexpected things happened. Some unexpected things happened literally minutes ago. Um, First off, Josh is not here, which is unfortunate because he is. Oh, what is up, AJMC? He is technically the only one that actually got a Genesis Rider set. Uh, and I was just gonna do my arms action, but unfortunately, wait, what did I say? Josh failed.
Yeah, he got busy.
Sure. He's got Hasbro Pulse stuff to do.
Yeah.
But also the connector that I usually have my phone on broke. Just now it happened.
Oh, that's why you're holding your phone.
That is exactly why I'm holding my phone. And I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna end up propping this up for future streams, but since Josh isn't here, you know what? Let's try something like this. Hold on, let me.
Trying to make it work.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best right now.
Okay. Coincidentally, just when I was setting up here, I don't think I said it publicly, but the way that I have my mic set up is I have one of these things that you're supposed to put your phone on. It's like a little clamp that you put onto a table, or in my case, an armchair. Chair arm. And it has like a long bendy pole thing, and then at the end is another clamp for the phone. And I was using that to just kind of loosely clamp onto my microphone originally. That top clamp broke, so I printed a piece to attach my microphone to, and hey, that was working. But the clamp part that attaches to the chair, I just noticed has a crack in it. So it's like, well, I guess I need to get a new one at some point.
Yeah, I feel like these are all made out of the cheapest possible plastics.
Yeah. I, in fact, got this at a one of those discount stores, like a Big Lots.
Yeah, I got my whole thing at a Kohl's. I don't know if that's a discount store per se, but it's not your typical store where you get electronics. Either way, I didn't know what we were gonna have in mind fully for this, and I didn't know if I could find these in time. But we were talking about earlier about doing some Forze. So, man, that's not even. I put it up here. Is that possible? All right. You guys are gonna be at an angle a bit.
Dutch angle.
That's just okay. Good thing. Good thing. Good thing. Good thing.
Is this a mic test?
No, this it's a Operation Overdrive thing. But I remember last stream. I didn't know what you had planned to 3D model, but last stream we were talking about doing some Forze stuff. And I thought it might be a good opportunity to maybe try some of that, and also figure out which ones I have and which ones I don't, and in the process, sort of suss out, I guess, the dimensions and how these mounting joints work.
That one is just like mounted right onto the forearm. Okay.
Yeah, I like this. This is the modularity that I like, because then it doesn't require us to build out an entire arm, and it fits with the modular nature of this line.
Because I was saying before, my one module is the gyro one, which just has its own forearm, and I also own a few of the modules that Figuarts made, and with that one, it was just always like a false arm, a false leg.
Interesting. Okay. Oh well, I still love the nature of these, where they are their own. And do keep in mind, I didn't paint these. These came painted by whoever owned them before, because I got these pre-owned at a collector toy show.
I happened to be looking again just because I recently uploaded an unboxing video with a lot of arms action figures.
Yeah, by the way, it's a good video. It's fun. You guys should check it out.
Nice. And I wasn't planning on buying another lot like that, but I was just like, what else is there on that site that is being sold in a lot? Because I try not to go too high in price.
Mm-hmm.
And I found one that was like a few figures that I don't own that were all painted.
Oh yeah, that's the EX Gaim stuff, right?
No, oh yeah, I guess it was a little bit of that because it was like one of the movie writers, Monica and
those
Duke.
were all the EX ones, I think, except for Sigurd. I don't think Sigurd is. Yeah, this guy's not EX.
Oh, well, the thing was that someone had painted their own and then was selling that.
Yeah, that looked neat. It was like $40 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw this, like, no, I think I'll pass, but this is something neat that I will share with others.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good price. Like $40, 4 figures, don't have to do any of the paint. That's a good fair deal. Also, another thing to mention, it's allergy season, and I forgot to take my allergy medication today. And I don't feel the best, so I don't know how long I do actually want to stream for today. We might just go an hour.
That's a good stream.
Yeah, because I don't want to end up like sneezing right in your guys' ear holes. So yeah, I personally, you can start modeling. I personally just want to figure out which ones I need for my collection because I don't think I've ever gone through them. I think I have a complete set.
Wait, was there a... Oh, you said you have a complete set.
I think I have a complete set. I don't know.
I'm gonna send you a message on Discord of all the ones that were released.
All right. Oh, perfect. Thank you. And I will go through them one by one as Malunis models, whichever one.
I'm thinking,
unless you want to do something else.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is already kind of we had a plan and then we're doing something else. That's the kind of stream it is.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
So I was thinking, I talked about it in the watch along. I kind of want to see if I can make an Exade arm, just like to retroactively give swappable hands to previous figures.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I happen to have Exade Ghost Gamer as reference.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Did you happen to put them in number order?
I think the way I'm opening up the file now, I think the way, I separated them by which wave they came in.
Okay. I should probably check out what the chat. Mortal Wombat is here. AJMC asks if I have zip ties. Probably. I don't know where. Peacemaker says, well, yeah. Common Blade is definitely not late. Mortal Wombat says, funny that we can live through a pandemic for over a year, but the moment the pollen hits, oh boy. Yeah. That allergies for me are pretty incapacitating. I live in California, in a portion of it where there are quite a few trees. So, wow, you even put the indicators on there. Okay.
Ignore the weird thing where I put in brackets which symbol they are.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You even put that. I think that's pretty cool. All right, let's see. We've got rocket. That's one. Launcher. Is that this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's confusing because they have launcher, then they have Gatling, which is different. And it's also like on the same leg, it's the same color.
Gotcha. All right, so I have drill. I'm pretty sure I have radar. Is this one's radar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the first 4. Now I need 6. Camera.
That one's also the same color on the same arm as radar.
I have a second radar.
Okay.
Also, hey, to be like, if I end up finding duplicates, I'll put a group of them together and send them your way.
Ooh, thank you.
Got camera here.
Yeah.
All right. Next is elect.
Billy the Rod.
Billy the Rod.
What a name.
Scissors. We need some scissors up in here.
That one's yellow, I believe.
Ah, okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of remember that being in that little group. Beat. What is beat? Is that the
red boombox leg?
Red boombox leg, and Fire was wearing it. I think. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a
So there's
piece.
Fire.
Fire. Oh yeah, Fire. Oh, I need Gatling as well.
It's the other blue leg one.
Yes, Gatling right here. All right.
First wave.
So wave 1, I have everything. Now I need. Oh, I assume this is chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, chainsaw. Hopping. Is it
pink?
Pink. Ah, okay.
It's poker stick.
Hopping. Okay, have it. Flash. I know I have that one. Right here.
Yellow. Yep.
Yep. Shield. That's this one, right? This is Saber's power up.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth. Yes, I have stealth. It's this one, right?
Yeah.
Stealth
I'm
bomber.
surprised that they bothered to make that one, because that's one of the ones that's like this doesn't really have a gimmick to it as a toy.
I mean, it probably meant that they didn't have to pour too much plastic into that mold.
That's true.
So this one's interesting. I assume this one's wheel.
Yep.
The foot. It feels like it's a separate piece in there because you see it's elevated above, but on the front side it's molded in, like it's part of that. So there's wheel. What else? Scoop. I've seen that in here.
It's like a dark green shovel thing.
Yeah. It's a little bluer to me, but yeah, dark green shovel thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Scoop.
Yeah. Turquoise.
The magnets. Boom.
Magunit, yes.
Yeah. These are all the accessories he has, right? Just these two?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
That sounds about right. I saw you had Super Rocket before, so there's that.
That's true. Is that the next one? Yeah, that is. Super Rocket.
And Meteor.
Wait, this is Super Rocket, right?
Yes.
Okay. Meteor. Okay, that's wave 2. Wave 3. Okay, we're getting very close. This is very promising. Magic Hand. Okay, I have that. I assume this is Magic Hand.
Yep.
Okay, Magic Hand. Hammer.
That one's orange.
Orange. Okay, Hammer. Yes, Hammer. There we go.
Freeze, I think, is like a little white box for the leg.
Yeah, I have that one. Freeze. It's nice that hinges open. It's even got little compartments for like drinks and stuff.
That's cute.
That's cute. Oh, jinx. Claw, definitely have that one. Board, yes. Yes, this one takes up a lot of space. I love this one. This one's really great. So that's board. Giant foot. Yeah. This is great, except it's entirely hollow, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Gyro, you got that one.
Yeah, got that one. Gyro.
Stamper,
yes. Stamper. Cosmic. Yes.
Be weird if that was the one you were missing.
It would be, yeah. And then Meteor Storm.
Yeah. Cool. You got everything.
I do. Oh, by the way, he does have his staff. Did I show off Gatling? Yeah, I have. I guess I just have a second Gatling. So what? I have Gatling and radar as extras. I think that might be it. I also have the 2 bikes. I also made sure to get these.
Power Dizer?
Oh, you know, I got the Power Dizer. I got the Power Dizer. Hell yeah, love this thing. I have everything.
Nice. I've been rewatching Forza, and I love that Shun gets to be the Power Dizer guy.
Yes, very good stuff. I just wish the stickers were, excuse me, better on this. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat again. Yeah. Peacemaker said, just printed a test of a taller version of the tall walls from the Candy Toy bases. Nice. Mortal Wombat says, I always forget that radar is part of Forza's base kit. I feel like it was used maximum twice compared to Launcher, which gets brought out almost every other episode.
Yeah.
I feel like
he uses
radar...
At least where I am in the show, he uses it fairly frequently as a communicator.
That and like he needs the radar to fire the launcher appropriately.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's a targeting system.
Also, I don't understand why Japanese robots are more prone to this, but like I don't like the gorilla hands articulation. Yeah. I would rather have, the arm facing out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't understand why, like, typically even for Gundam, like the older stuff, their things are always displayed with their arms going inward like this, and I just don't get it. I don't understand.
I made this observation before with Shoto, but like, at least on some of the older ones, I feel like I don't notice it on the more recent ones that I have. The arms are sculpted in a way where they look more accurate if you have the arms turned inward like that.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, speaking of stands, I do have all the display stands, so that's cool.
Oh, how many did they have? One per
wave?
Well,
they have. Let me see. I think it's 4. 4 total. I don't know where they come from, like what sets each of these come from. I can only speculate, but I assume. This one seems.
That appears to be arms action.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I think that is arms action specifically.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it says 2013 on it. When was Forza?
2011.
2011. Okay, so that one doesn't belong in there. Let's see. Then this one does not have an indicator, but this is your lot. I
was about to say that also looks like a smaller version of that one.
Yeah, there's also 2 of these that I have. I wonder.
I'm looking. I recently decided, because I keep coming back to the old Candy Toy things, I decided to start like looking up what images they have on the Bandai Candy Toy site.
Yeah.
So I'm looking through the Forza ones. I don't see a display stand in any of them.
I'm surprised. Where did you find those images? Because like,
it's the standard Bandai Candy Toy site. They have a search bar. I put in the line name and got all these results.
Interesting, because I looked back at the calendar and some of the stuff aren't like past 2013. It's tough that like they rarely list some of them.
Yeah, it's kind of like they unlisted a bunch of things.
Interesting, because I've been a little behind the scenes. I've been wanting to make a history of like Kamen Rider Candy Toy history of series, so I've been looking into some of those.
One of those that you showed, is it like a 3-pronged display stand?
Yeah. Does that not belong here?
Well, is it like silver as well?
There's one silver. The silver one looks more like the Star Trek symbol.
Because I'm looking at the wizard figures, and it looks like there's a display stand that has a similar silver pole as the arms action one, but with like a small 3-pronged stand.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Also, a lot of these images are also really small, but for whatever reason, the Forza ones are like almost high quality.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's like this one photo that has like all the switches or all the modules that were in one box. It's like a high quality image. It's like 1,836 pixels wide.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's decent.
Yeah. The wizard ones, however, are puny.
Let's catch up with the chat again. Peacemaker says a lot of late 20s, 30s modules that get used once or twice. Yeah. Understand, says Common Beyblade, and Mortal Wombat says bless you. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay. We're doing this.
Weird thing about me, I don't know what I'm allergic to because I've never actually had this kind of reaction to like pollen.
Yeah.
Ooh. Cool.
Whew. But have you gotten allergies at all? Like not necessarily like you knew the cause, but have you had them?
I don't remember. I feel like I definitely would know if I'm allergic to something if I just randomly got sick at one point.
True.
Yeah, maybe there's a test that I can take for that.
If probably like a swab, something, I don't know. But two of the strangest allergies that I have that I did not know that I had. One of them I think is like a citrus allergy. Like I get really itchy when I eat pineapples, like itchy and hot. But I still love pineapples, and I keep eating.
There's a very funny Tumblr post that I saw once where someone was just like, I love eating strawberries, the way that they like sting your throat and make your tongue itch, and then they followed up by saying, I've just been informed that I have an allergy to
Oops. That's incredible. But yeah, like I also get that with gummy worms. And I think that's why I think it's a citrus allergy, because it's not just pineapples that give it to me. But like oranges are fine. And that's notoriously a citrus. So I have no idea what the actual thing is unless there are pineapples or pineapple juice inside sour gummy worms, specifically from Trolley. Also, the last thing that I recently realized I was allergic to was like my own sweat. Like, it makes me itchy, at least mostly on the head.
That's a bad thing.
It is. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah. Oh, dude, HMC. Thank you for bringing that back up. Can't wait for Saturday for the Chronicle reveal. Let's talk a little bit about that. Because we briefly mentioned it in the watch along, the live watch along, which I hope you guys checked out, because now it's not useful for anyone. But yeah, so what do we? No, I can sweat, Common Beyblade. I am able to sweat. Obviously, I am able to sweat. Like, otherwise, how would I know that I'm allergic to it? But it just makes me itchier. So that's not great. But yeah, Chronicle reveal this Saturday. We had it confirmed in the blog that it is just Chronicle. We don't yet know what it could be, though.
New information is all we know.
New information, yeah. Let's see. Unless you downloaded that version of the movie. Hey, if you did that, I'm not condoning it. But if that is where you find yourself, you can absolutely still use that stream. Let's see here. So we have a few different riders on the table for what the selection could be, because like the typical stuff, it's either something they're working on now or something brand new, right? And the way we narrowed it down on the show, on the podcast episode that we didn't put up yet, we recorded it this Saturday.
The latest one.
Yeah. Josh had said something offhand like, yeah, they're the Gaim sets are 3 months apart. And I was like, oh, hold on, because I have a feeling that we're due for a retail release, right? And I asked, what is the distance, the time distance between the retail release of the first Gaim and the retail release of the last Kuga, and that had been 3 months. So I'm assuming that Chronicle releases every 3 months, and then in that chat, I believe it was Peacemaker who had pointed out that the release dates for retail releases are 2 to 3 months apart.
Confirmation.
So, yeah. We know that Gaim is done doing retail, and everything else is pretty much done doing retail unless they pull something strange out of the hat. So I think that we are going to get a reveal for the next Rider series making its way into Chronicle. I've
said it in our watch along, but I'll just say again here, I'm kind of split on whether or not it's Ghost, because it feels heavily telegraphed, but at the same time, recent polls show that Ghost maybe isn't as popular as we might want it to be if we want a Ghost. Yeah. But then also I argued like there might be a difference between what's popular as a show versus as a toy line. And also, I would say, I know that Ghost works both for Shoto and Soto when I say this, but it does kind of fit that criteria of, we made this in Chronicle because it has a play style.
I agree with that, and I agree that they would want, like, in an ideal situation, the Soto team would want to do right by the entirety of that line. But they still have higher-ups that see those numbers and are like, maybe don't touch Ghost as much. Which, from that perspective, like, it's not going to be the designer's fault. Of course they want to do it, I'm sure. But from that perspective, I don't know that Ghost would be the next, because it has to drive a premium line, and it has to come up against Gaim that's releasing right now. You know what I mean? Like, it has to stand up.
And I think we may have discussed the possibility of Forze being one of them. I just remembered. Guess what? Guess what came out 10 years ago? Forze.
It is Forze's year, huh? We've said this like at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like, wasn't there a time where we worked out that Soto Chronicle was alternating between new and old? And before Gaim, we were like, oh, it's got to be Forze. We just had Kuga. Now it's got to be Forze. But then it wasn't. It was Gaim. And now it's going to be Gaim whole time. So I don't know. Like that would lend credence as much as I want Forza to then get us closer to a Megamax set. I think we're looking at like one of the older series. Like I will put my hat in for like Kuga or Kabuto.
Right.
Let's catch up with the chat a little bit. Mortal Wombat says, if it's something new for Chronicle, I still have my hope down for Forza. If we're still going Gaim, P Bandai sets, I want a set of 15 and his forms.
Yeah.
It could just be something old. It could. It could just be, and we could be speculating this way too far in advance. But it definitely could be.
I had joked about the idea that, half joked about the idea that for the 50th anniversary, just have Soda Chronicle Showa writers.
That would be fun.
I also kind of elaborated on that in the chat, saying that I could just see it now. The most expensive Chronicle line, fully painted. Each figure is in one box.
That would be fun. Like, do a little bit of a throwback to Ride Plus, and have everything in one box and then one big accessory. Basically doing Shoto in Soto. But yeah, if we're going like previous stuff, we still haven't gotten Oz's bike.
Right. Still haven't gotten all of Oz is the thing.
That's true. I agree. I still have yet to purchase those 2 premium sets because dropping $150 at once hurts me emotionally. I don't currently have a job. I had a very interesting thing happen today that might change that status. I don't know yet.
Good luck.
Thank you. Until that happens, I don't know that I can get that set. So we'll see. Let's see. Mortal Wombat then goes on to say, since he was absent from Arms Action, it would be the first time he's gotten a figure. Yeah, just period, ever. I mean, you had that keychain that you showed off.
I was about to say.
But outside of that,
I made a joke about how like, oh, this does nothing for me, and then I toss it aside. I do still have the keychain. I like it.
No, yeah, yeah. Let's see here. I mean, and it's sort of historic because it's one of the only figures of that character.
Anytime I'm kind of like just looking for random things to buy and add to cart, I do kind of look up something like that keychain or the one vinyl of Kamen Rider Aqua, but I always just kind of skip on that.
That vinyl is tough to find on Mandarake. I don't know about where you're searching, but Mandarake has not seemed to get that in stock too recently, and it's like 6 inches tall. I'm not worried about it. The Kamen Rider, what is it? The Kamen Rider World Collection?
Yeah, the Chibi statue. I got that.
Yeah. I might go for that one. Because that one's like cheap on Mandarake right now.
It's a nicely detailed statue.
Yeah. AJMC says, I have a few guesses. Showa, Forza, Decade, and Ghost. Oh, wait. I have a few. Wait, I have a few. Yeah, I have a few guesses. Showa, Forza, Decade, and Ghost. Okay. Yeah, a Showa Rider set would be fun. Forza, Decade, Ghost. I like that blog is really fucking with me. It's like really getting in my head that maybe Ghost, but no, it can't be Ghost. It can't. Let's see.
Gonna be real funny when they reveal Ghost and say, "Yeah, it's just like you expected."
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking too hard into it. Maybe I'm the asshole here. Let's see. Peacemaker says, and right now Chronicle is doing PB sets until July, so new retail would possibly be August. I think that's how that shook out. When's the 3rd set for Gaim happening?
I think
and then add 3.
You know
what did we work out?
It's either this month or next month. Too far away for my liking.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm gonna just have some figures out to play with a little bit as we're doing this. But all right, next up. Oh, you know what? No, I could just sticker stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I will turn this back into a sticker stream because as much as I don't have the Genesis Rider stuff, I still do have this Chronicle Gaim stuff here. Let's see if I can. Oh wow! Oh, it's balancing. Okay, we're just gonna work with this. Hopefully, I don't run into anything.
Okay.
Okay, this is a tenuous. Oh boy.
That's cool. It might mean that something funny will happen and it'll fall over.
It won't be funny if it breaks, Malunis.
Oh, that's fair.
Did I open one of these already? Which ones did I do? Anyway, Common Beyblade says, so we have the first 10 Heisei Riders, Double O's, Gaim, X8 Build, Geo, 01, and Saber in Soto/Shoto.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really? Oh. Wait, no.
I think they mean between the two lines.
Between the two lines? What do you mean?
Aren't they saying that we basically have all the lead riders between the two lines? Or run that by me again.
So we have the first 10 Heisei Riders and Double O's, Forze, Gaim, X8, Build, Geo, 01, and Saber in Soto/Shoto. Oh, okay. I thought he was listing the first 10 Heisei Riders as Double O's Gaim X. I was like, hold on, I don't understand that. But yeah, okay. We do, but some of those are Shoto verses.
I was saying before, I think we're due for a new Kiva. If only to get the form change.
I'd say Kiva and Kabuto. Kabuto is more of a want than a prediction.
Right.
But man, would it be good in Chronicle. Like, it'd be so good in Chronicle. Let's see here. Common Beyblade says, I think Drive would make the most sense. Drive would be fun. I'm going rather neutral on that one. I don't have a strong opinion on whether that would make it or not.
I'm trying to imagine how that would work with because I know that Josh also had predicted Drive for Soto. I'm trying to imagine how that would actually work as a play style in Soto. It feels like it would be a whole new kind of experience. Because it's like I'm thinking about how you would do the armor and body thing with the tires. I feel like it would almost be a new body type for Soto.
Probably. But I mean, they started that with Gaim, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I mean, they've done that for almost all of the Chronicle stuff. I think where they're like, we made a new kind of play style for this.
Sure. Let's see here. Huh?
Go ahead. I'll speak after this.
Common Beyblade then says, yeah, it's Forze's 10th year. Mortal Wombat says, it just feels too convenient that they brought out Gon Action Goes for the Falcon article. I don't know. I don't think that's a good enough reason.
It seems like, I don't know, the fact that they went out of their way to make a whole new ghost body also just makes me think like, Soto has made things specifically just for a one-off thing, like the Decade Armor forms.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's there. It's there for them to make use of. So it's like the timing would make sense.
But like we got Hatari.
Yeah.
And there was no mention. There were no whispers of, hey, do you think they'll do?
It works either way, I guess, is what I'm saying. It's that I can see it making sense, but also this isn't new for Soto.
Yeah, and like I feel like they'd have to drastically change the sculpt between Chronicle and original recipe. You
It
know,
also,
just to
yeah,
fit that.
it also to me made sense because it's like, oh, and Saber has what are essentially the current ball joint hands. Like, they're slightly different from Gimes, but they're like close enough. It's like I could see Ghost using this in Chronicle.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to like knock it all the way out, but
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm not seeing it, man.
Mm.
Let's see.
Knowing now what the popularity of Ghost is as a character, I can see why this isn't really possible. It's probably a risk.
Yeah, I'd say it's more of a risk. Unless Soto did a really good job at convincing, like, hey, we know we can do this. We can make a good toy line. And I imagine they could. They would make a very fun toy line. It's just, are people interested enough?
This is a bad example because O's is extremely popular, one of the most popular ones. But when Gaim started and they were like doing the form change gimmick,
yeah,
the popular story for the behind the scenes with Gaim was that Bandai specifically wanted a cool form change gimmick like O's because O's did really well. So it's like I wonder if Ghost could get by on the basis of form change gimmick. Again, bad example because it's O's.
Yeah, I also feel like we're so far divorced from Ghost right now.
Yeah.
I'm still like I've been saying this like day one. Give me a Shoto set of Ghost, Spectre, Ghost Boost, and Big Boy Ichigo.
Yeah, that's like again, I always say Wizard and Ghost, they're ones like I could see that in both lines.
Whoa, hold on, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see that, but like the way this shield is superimposed onto his nipple, it's curved. It's like they took the model, extruded it out, right? Just flatly extruded it out and then sliced it to conform because it's sideways, it's lopsided. You seen this?
It's not like a perfectly round shape, that lemon part.
No. I'm talking about the symbol because the symbol's supposed to look symmetrical, right? Like this.
Yeah.
But this is all like warped.
That's stickers for you.
Yeah.
Put it on a curved surface. It'll stick, probably.
It's not a curved surface, mind you. It is flat. I just that's a strange sticker. I don't like that mentality there. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat again. Peacemaker says next month for Gaim 3. If we get Ghost, I want the blank suit the heroic icons use with Grateful. That would be fun.
Yes. I legitimately, I was when I was working on the custom, I'm like, how much of a pain would it be to make an entire new one just for that? But then it's also like I can't find any statues for the other forms. Only vinyl figures, which I'm not sure I would like to work with because they're like, I think the Candy Toy one specifically were cast in a translucent gray. So that's so weird to work with.
Is vinyl tough to paint on?
I don't know, and that's the thing is I'm like, if it's sort of a flexible material, I don't feel okay painting it.
Fair.
I had that experience with Motion Revive trying to paint the weapons, and then just like, oops, it bent, and now the paint is cracking off.
Yeah, because like paint is meant to like work on very tough surfaces, and not supposed to be moved.
I probably should also explain. Yes, right now I'm working on this Xade arm, and I was also, while there was nothing on screen, that was me just going through all the photos of Soto Xade just to kind of see like, if I were to make arms with swappable hands, how many figures would that apply to? Good news, a majority of Xade.
Yeah,
including Paradox, which I wasn't expecting.
Oh wow.
The things that it doesn't apply to are Gem's Zombie Gamer form, Muteki Gamer, Creator Gamer, which is the summer movie form, and Fuma, the movie writer.
Fuma.
It's some very specific ones that it doesn't apply to.
I gotta say, that final Soto set, the final retail one, that was such a that was a big move. Because it showed you what they were dedicated to bringing to what is it 3D. They say it all the time. It's like
three-dimensionalized.
Yeah. First time 3-dimensionalization or whatever.
It always, this is a really specific reference. That phrasing always reminded me, there was one series of Star Wars figures. I think there was a point where the prequel trilogy was put in theaters again, like sometime in the 2010s. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Was that the 3D one?
I guess. I just remember that they had a bunch of figures on the shelves that were like characters from those movies, and there were a few of them that had this sticker on them that said "first time as an action figure" or something.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, I do kind of remember that.
It's like I always think of that when they say it has been 3-dimensionalized.
Oh yeah. So I know Star Wars is rife with controversial opinions, but I have a very specific controversial Star Wars opinion that I kind of want to float by you.
Ooh. Is that about the thing you tweeted earlier?
No. No.
Okay.
But also, thank you for mentioning that. I've been going through a lot of Gendy Tartakovsky's art and trying to really get into what makes his clones look the way they do. And I think I cracked a good code for drawing those. But my controversial Star Wars opinion is I think it's time for Star Wars 3 3/4 inch to die.
Oh.
I think we can.
This is controversial coming from you.
Yeah, me. Yeah, the 3 3/4 advocate.
G.I. Joe.
Hey, if they that's something I really do want to see, and I've only heard whispers of and seen very little of the customization of, but vintage Star Wars in G.I. Joe, like classic G.I. Joe style, I think that would be really cool to see.
That seems like something they wouldn't be opposed to making if G.I. Joe just stays alive long enough for them to do it.
Yeah. I really want to see how if G.I. Joe is gonna thrive again. Because that poor fandom hasn't really gotten much going for it recently. I probably should have checked out. Did you know that just the link for the Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest, like pre-show, whatever, like the exclusive thing is just floating around?
Oh, that's probably not a good sign.
No, it's not, and anybody can just go in. Like they said it was restricted to people 21 and older, but there were no checks for when I just sort of clicked the link and showed up.
That makes it even worse then.
Yeah, mind you, it was kind of boring, so I didn't stay long. Either way, the entire point of 3 3/4 inch, right, was to get something small enough for the vehicles to work.
Oh.
And vehicles now aren't as viable in 3 3/4 inch because for whatever reason, 3 3/4 inch has become a collector focused line, which wonderful, good stuff. But it means that like not many kids are adopting 3 3/4 inch. And now all the ships have to be exactly to scale. Right? And that creates issues because X-Wings are huge. Like actually huge in comparison to the figures. So it's tough to get those actually released. And that's where Mission Fleet comes in. Because people now, the collector market has shifted to just figures. And that's basically covered by 6-inch. And I think Mission Fleet is like the real true successor to like the vintage Kenner line, because you can get the vehicles, the proportions can be off, and it is directed at kids again, and it feels like a fun line. And in this space, it feels like there's no room for 3 3/4 inch to survive for Star Wars anymore. What was that?
That's a shame.
That's what it feels like to me. I'm not a part of that collector market, so that's just outside looking in. But I love Mission Fleet. Mission Fleet is so much fun. Let's see. Ships need to be in scale. Cries in Black Series sand barge.
Ooh, yeah. I was thinking when you said scale, immediately we came to mind was when Hasbro did their first Kickstarter thing, which was just like the Jabba the Hutt thing.
Yeah, that sail barge is excessive.
I saw that and I was just like, I guess there are people who would be way into this, even though it doesn't really appeal.
I'm super happy for the people that got got exactly what they wanted with that sail barge.
For me, it's like, oh, this just reminds me that Boba Fett had a really funny death.
He didn't die, dude.
Oh, right, Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Anyway.
Yes, I don't know.
The point is when I watched the movies I watched them for the first time in the 2000s, but I don't think I saw the last one at the time.
Oh,
like when it came to The Force Awakens, I decided to go through all the movies minus Episode 1, and
why?
I just remember it being a lot of space politics. I don't know.
That's fair. I mean,
it's like it's one of those things where it's like I'm sure that this was really exciting to me when I was younger, but I don't know if I had the same enjoyment. Anyway, I saw that I spent all these years thinking Boba Fett was this really cool dude who did a lot more in that last movie, and then I saw the last movie for the first time and just had a good laugh.
Boy, friend, you should definitely watch the Clone Wars.
I've heard good things. I heard that they did really cool stuff with Darth Maul.
They absolutely
wild things with Darth Maul. I've seen that clip.
They even, I don't know if this is spoilers.
That show's been out for a while.
Yeah, okay. They brought in the original actor to mocap for Darth Maul's final fight in the Clone Wars. And like instantly when I saw it, like I think what did it for me was like the way he kicks out his foot to give him more like impact this way. Oh my god. Yeah, that is him to a T. That was beautiful to watch. Also, just so many caring people are behind that show. I've been watching not the Clone Wars, but like somebody uploaded all the behind the scenes stuff on YouTube, and I've just been in that playlist all week.
Ooh.
Yeah. Star Wars, like before Rangers, Riders, everything else, Star Wars was my main thing. So I've got a lot of, like most nerds, I feel like even if you don't like it, you know it. Like it's just unfortunately part of the nerd space.
If you haven't seen the original trilogy, you have seen the original trilogy because of how it shows up in pop culture.
Pretty much, yeah.
That was the really uncanny thing of watching that movie for the first time, where like, I know this scene, and then the next scene happens. I know this scene too. What? I haven't seen this movie. Let me see how this looks without all the lines, because that usually helps. I guess this is an alright shape. Yeah, I guess this is an alright shape. It looks weird from the bottom because this is the shape that it's going at.
Sure, but you just cover it up by doing so. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, the X-Aid arms are kind of weird too. I'm gonna see if I can replicate it where like if you look at the this part right here, they're kind of at an angle.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's like they kind of look a little bit different than other Soto hands, and it's because the arms are a little bit at an angle at the bottom.
Well, the regular arms might be, but are the Dai Soto ones?
Yep. I remember
Really?
Quiz was like that, and I thought, oh, that looks different than the other characters. It's just the way that they angled the wrist parts.
I forgot. I thought Quiz wasn't the Dai Soto body.
He was not. He was the ride trooper or ride player. Yeah, because that's what the suit is made from. But like they but also they made an entire new mold because their original one was just too broken
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that's what I meant. Like I thought, he was different from the ground up. I didn't know that angle was still, present.
Oh yeah. Just gotta replicate the wrist design now. That should be easy.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to do?
Oh, I pulled his waist apart so that I could get to the belt stickers easier. Wow, okay. So like they put the sticker portions for these straw areas, these silver straw areas on there, but like they're so far down. How was I even supposed to get there?
Oh.
Are you seeing this?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Like it doesn't even get close.
Mm.
Very strange.
How are you holding up in terms of allergy?
I'm doing okay, but it's getting real hot in my room just because. Yeah, I have to keep the door closed for this. We are approaching an hour. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, shit. Let's see. Okay. How's Chad doing? What y'all up to? By the way, I don't know if I said this at the start. I don't think I said this at the start, but these sticker streams, they're here to remind you that you have some Soto to sticker. You should be doing that. If not, maybe just do something productive.
But do watch.
But yeah. All right, that sticker was tough. I forgot. Did you get GOM 2?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, yeah, we were gonna work that out. You wanted
whatever
big boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Found one half.
That's a good sign.
I'll probably find it, but I'll keep this aside. Same with, I'll just throw those in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably be fine.
So what I've done here to get this shape in there, I've made these parts in order to like create negative space for this cylinder. So this is how it's gonna, oops, I picked the wrong parts in the wrong order. Once I remove it, it looks like this, which seems like, that seems odd. But if I have a smaller cylinder underneath,
Nice.
There we go.
The only thing I don't get from Gaim 2... Oh, wait. Sorry. Read these out of order. Mortal Wombat says, I've been building Mini Plot Juron for the last hour or so, and I finally got his legs. And although they aren't as bad in hand as they are in photos, they really let the whole figure down. Oh, that's unfortunate. And then Peacemaker says, the only thing I didn't get from Gaim 2 was Kachidoki, since I'm waiting on Kiwami in Gaim 3. Why? Why would you skip Kachidoki and like that's still a form?
No, maybe they are one of the people who actually really like Kiwami arms. I remember.
No, I mean I'm not disparaging Kiwami. It's like, what was wrong that you went completely out of your way to not get that one? Oh, hey, what's up, Blade Raider? Oh, it's Thursday. I totally forgot about the stream because I was surprisingly watching Kamen Rider. Fair. Yeah. That's always a good time. Yeah. Wasn't okay. So I learned this recently. Was there a Team Rider stream that was going on right at 3 o'clock that we kind of just, started our thing on?
The last few days they've done like the photo contest streams where they look at the photos, and I think today was like the finals.
Oh, gotcha.
A lot of good
photos.
How
are those going? Did any of your photos make it in? I forgot to enter.
I only had the one. I looked at the Reiwa one, and it looked like they were doing an alphabetical order. I don't think I was in there, but but there are so many good ones in there. Like the people who did a lot of really good lighting. Some outdoors. Not a lot of diorama, but that makes sense. Still, there were some that were like close to the quality of the Shoto photos that I love so much.
Nice. I wonder if G would enter. I wonder if G could have entered the contest.
Sorry, you're not allowed.
Did it?
You have too much power.
I still don't understand. What do people win? Not that you needed any sort of prize, but like it. What happens when you win? They weren't really like.
I didn't catch if there was a prize. I just thought I know that there was like a subreddit that I followed for a while that was for anime figures.
Yeah.
And they also have a photo contest every week, but their thing is just, no, we just want you to have fun and take photos with your figures.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's what they were going for with Team Rider. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I thought I could have sworn that I saw some statues possibly being touted as a prize, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
It might have just been them promoting something that's on sale, because they do have like those Ichiban Kuji. I don't know if it's necessarily Ichiban Kuji, but it is some like Kuga and 01 statues.
Oh yeah, are those the one with the light up heads, or are we just talking about the regular statues?
They are statues. That much I caught.
But hey, just FYI for those of you who haven't gotten it yet, the gold power set is like $50. I know it was marked down earlier. Somebody in the Discord noted that they were marked down earlier, but then they went back up and now they're back down to 50. I don't know if 50 was the price before, but 50 is a good price.
Yeah. That's basically what we're paying for the retail waves, so that works.
Yeah, I mean, if you think 4 figures across $50, 50 divided by 4 is like $12.50, right? Per figure, and we typically pay about 8 before shipping per figure. So it's like, and on top of that, you throw in, hey, this was a premium.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good stuff. Let's see. Peacemaker says just wanting the final forms of Gaim Riders, so skipping Kachidoki and using Jimber for Ryugen. Interesting. What are you doing? What are you doing for this lemon flavored boy? Are you using his monster form? Because I assume you did not exclude him from what you said. You said you only missed out on Kachidoki. Was this his final form? Technically?
You know what? I feel like it's always worth bringing up that the official term is Psychill form, which means strongest form.
Right.
So it's like, it's not necessarily final. It could, whatever is their
monster form.
Yeah.
I would argue that's stronger. Unless you just really like him more so, which is fine.
People are allowed to like.
Also says the Q&A is going on right now. Nice.
Oh, okay.
Common Beyblade says, I forgot. What were the photos like? I think we already discussed that.
They were neat.
Yeah. Peacemaker 2448 says there are prizes, but they were contacting the winners about them. I don't think they specified what each person won. Oh, okay. Blade Raider says, I'm currently working on Energy Rider set. Marika is close to being finished. Sigurd is trouble. Duke is a lot. I just don't want to paint right now, so he's last. Well, boy, howdy. Let me tell you, I've got my Genesis Rider set here.
You got your Genesis slider from a different fast food place.
Yeah.
That one might be a little bit
we have Genesis Riders? No, we have Genesis Riders at home. Genesis Riders at home.
I think in our Twitter DMs, I refer to it as, or did I say it in Twitter DMs? I said Genesis Riders versus Genesis Sliders.
Let's see. Galen. Oh, welcome in, Galen. It's really worth it. I got mine yesterday, and the set is amazing. Hope you guys are doing good today. All right, cool. Yeah, I forgot you did comment on I think the news video and said you got the set. I'm glad you got it for such a good price. I did not. I was one of the chumps that got it day one and from a middleman. So, woo! Hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, doing okay. Allergies were kicking my ass earlier, but I'm doing all right now. I'm getting sweaty though. Peacemaker 2448 says monster form is going with Hellryugen, Shin Zangetsu. If we get Kachidoki Zangetsu and a black Jimber Gaim for a dark version of the main four. Interesting.
Gaim yummy. Blade Raider pointed out something in our Discord that I thought was interesting about that set. Marika seems like she may or may not be future-proofing for other female writers in Gaim because she doesn't have molded detailing for the legs.
Oh,
like the little patterns.
Would the arms action have it?
I'm assuming.
Oh, arms action did.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it was specifically for the legs, or maybe also the arms.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I don't see it on the arms here, but definitely the legs. I mean, like, Baron's didn't. Like, it didn't have this pattern in it. And mind you, the arms action didn't either. So I don't know.
It's interesting. Probably. It's the fact that Sigurd and Duke had unique molded detailing. So it's like, why did they choose that for Marika?
I don't know. I have no idea. Probably is future proofing. I don't know.
Yeah. One would hope.
Hopefully, yeah. Let's see. Essentially, I am replicating the lineup from the soccer movie, but everyone is at their highest forms possible. Okay, so you're gonna go with, when you get the premium set, are you going with Shin Kurakage or just regular Kurakage? Which one do you choose?
Oh, you have to choose.
Yeah. Unless you just bought 2.
Does Petco get to join?
Yeah. Let's see. Blade Runner says, I've already customized Sigurd like 7 years ago. I still haven't finished the damn gray Sonic arrows. These are fine. These are perfectly okay.
Perfectly okay.
Perfectly okay. Mortal Wombat says, on the basis of Juron's T-Rex mode, I'm happy to report that he can stand on his own and doesn't need the dumb stick to stand. Okay. I guess they were just worried over nothing.
Maybe they're worried about like having it just be on a shelf for too long. Maybe gravity
potentially
will eventually get to it.
Yeah. Because I've had I don't even know the name of this specific rim figure, but like the red one from the new movie, the red one with the whips from the new movie.
Specific rim?
Yeah, specifically that rim. I had one of the whips like posed out like this, like just straightforward, and it has sagged all the way. Like the hand ball joint is staying strong, but the actual pliable plastic just dipped.
That's unfortunate.
So gravity, huh?
That's unfortunate.
It's fine. I'm not too broken up about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to even have those robots. I know that movie wasn't good. I just like the pretty robots, and I'm glad to have physical versions of the pretty robots. I did not, however, hop on the pre-order for the figure from Pacific Rim the Black, which is a really cool mech, and I really wanted it, but I didn't like. What was it, $75? I didn't $75 want it. Let's see. Got an extra set, so both will be there. All right, high roller. Blade Raider says the pointy parts of the energy riders are very pointy. I fear Bravo now. Pointy parts. I mean, it's aimed 15 up. Like even Duke's beard is bordering on sharp. It's always strange to me that anytime I look at this guy, the beard never factors in until I look directly at it. Like it's painted. I always forget that that's not a thing. The dude doesn't have a beard at all.
Yeah, it's part of the kingliness. Like anytime I see, like I was looking at Grand Geo recently, and I was just like, is that also supposed to be a beard? He's got the kind of armor part around the chin and side, and it's got those lines in it. It's like, that's what they're going for? Is that their idea of king?
When I was I think right at college, I was designing like a night themed Sentai thing, because back then I was like, oh yeah, I really want to film a thing with my friends, so I made like a really simplified suit, and for the helmets, I put, it typically has that chin strap, but I was like, oh, what if I put lines in it and now it's a beard?
So but I guess it stands to reason.
Yeah. Let's see. Mortal Wombat says, I think the red one is Guardian Bravo, if I remember correctly. What?
Wait, what?
Who's that? Guardian Bravo?
Oh, the Pacific Rim.
Oh, is that the name? The red one. Wait, did they release a red one? You meant yes. I don't know. It looks like a clone trooper to me with red accents. It has that A pattern, that A looking pattern that's typically on the 501st troopers. That's what it reminds me of. Guardian Bravo. Okay. They never made Robot Spirits versions of the original Pacific Rim mechs, and I'm very upset about that.
I only ever saw the first Pacific Rim. I thought it was all right, but I really liked the main mecha design. And I kept almost getting that robot spirits one. Almost. I think it was always just there's a thing with me where it's like, am I in the mood to drop this money on this thing at this moment?
Wait, the original one?
I think it's whatever the metallic blue guy is called. Gypsy Danger?
Danger was the first one, and then Avenger is the second one, but Danger doesn't have...
It might have been the second movie.
It might be... Oh, okay.
Regardless, it's one of those ones where it's like, I almost...
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This one got a spirits version.
Yeah.
It was only like $20-something. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. It's like, this actually isn't that much, but am I in the mood to drop that kind of money for a figure right now? This was before I got used to spending $20 for 6-inch figures.
A lot of things change when you start getting used to how much you spend on toys. But I was so happy with these. There are some unreleased ones that showed up at shows. Like there were the army buildable drones that accidentally got turned into like robot kaiju that just never got released. There's the Avenger one, but the final battle version where his hand is fused to a rocket and he has a different
that's
swords.
A cool idea.
Yeah. I was about to bring out Forza and ask I wonder where they got that, but I put Forza away. Let's see. Blade Raider says, I want a rider with a beard in X-Aid's hairstyle. Damn, that would be interesting. That would be something. Guardian Bravo sounds like the Build Gaim crossover I'd be 100% for. Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused.
I'd love more Guardians.
I didn't catch on that they were talking about Pacific Rim. I just heard those two words and I was like, what crossover are you talking about?
Speaking of crossovers, and also a bunch of projects that I've left undone because, you know, I'm an artist and I always have ideas and never follow through. Remember when Aqua was coming back for Geo?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh shoot, I really want to make a comic about Aqua and all the real future riders because I was just in that mood, and I had approached Rai about it, and she was like, yeah, I'd be down. We just, you know, and we were basically waiting to see what Aqua's ultimate fate was in Geo, and spoiler alert,
oops, he
fucking died. So we kind of had our hands tied. But my initial concept for a future rider comic story was that New Deno would be noticing that there were fluctuations in the time stream because, you know, he's just the one that does that. And I wanted to keep with the future rider theme. So and he was dealing with a bunch of other stuff and trying to save a bunch of riders from being erased. And he picks up Aqua and is like, hey, I can't do this right now. I got you a time machine. You gotta go back in time to fix something. Because something's going wrong in and around that time period. I don't know what it is, but I can't be there right now. And that's eventually how Aqua ended up there, nice. And then died. But I was also thinking, like, oh, what if Aqua had 3 not secondary riders, but 3 extra riders as his team, funded by Kagami. That was his name, the birthday dude.
Yeah.
And they would all be birth suits, but in the future, they would be a little more mass produced. So I'd call them burst suits. And there would be 3 of them. I think it was like burst up, burst down, and side burst. And instead of using core, regular metals, they would use the core metals. And, you know, burst up would use the heads and so on and so forth.
Nice.
And those characters, they weren't saved by what's his name? They weren't saved by
Mihal?
Yeah, they weren't. No, they weren't saved by New Dano. Like as he was trying to get people from the time stream, he wasn't. His three friends weren't saved. But as the timeline fluctuated, it turns out that alternate versions of his friends became Quiz, Kikai, and the other one. Shinobi, yeah. So yeah, and he'd sort of be working with them a little bit and trying to restore his friends, but also realizing, oh, these people exist too. Yeah, I don't know. And I just wanted to throw in a bunch of like, oh hey, there's White Kuga, the girl.
The novel.
Yeah, the novel Kuga. And then there's also Future Drive. I thought it might have been a fun idea. Mm-hmm. I still kind of want to do something like that, but
yeah. 2020 definitely like jumbled up whatever fan fiction I was doing, but like
fair.
And also in general, around the time of Exade and Build, I was also like slowing down on that stuff. But the thing that I always want to come back to was for Build, it was going to be like kind of an anniversary show in the style of Geo a little bit, where it's like he's now Sento has now been like has joined an organization run by a Decade style writer called Nexus, who has the powers of writers from the multiverse.
Ooh.
So it's like anything you could think of. Yeah, that counts as a writer somewhere in the multiverse. Like there's a Shinobi. There's another Shinobi that's not a reuse of the X8 suit.
Ooh. Yeah, I wonder how they're going to handle Shinobi once next year comes around. It's getting close.
Because 2022 is supposed to be the year of the character, I will say, don't expect a trademark this year because he's supposed to debut in 2022. It's going to be a while. If there is one.
Oh, you mean, okay.
It's like,
So he would technically be the one after.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if you see a trademark for Shinobi this year, know that it's bullshit because it's 2021.
Right. Okay.
He's supposed to be, yeah.
Technically 2022, 2023 rider. Okay.
I don't expect anything to happen.
I don't either, but like, why not? Or just like give us another special at least.
Yeah, like, you know what? Give us a quiz special.
Yeah.
I think that the Kikai arc is really endearing and almost is sufficient in telling a story. But like the quiz one, man, poor guy. He got nothing.
I gotta say, I don't know if it was intentional, and I've said this on my review that I did for Dongo Mango, but it was interesting that in the Geo Decade special that one of the alternate versions of Geo was a robot, almost like how Kikai, I guess, was technically his only robot friend when he was a kid.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. I don't know if it was intentional. I think they were just being weird, but like
it is
interesting.
It is in a way, but anyway, like it's like that if you're asking were they being weird, it's like, well, in a way was writing it, so probably.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was the thing that I keep coming back to with those the me writers is that I feel like Toei was kind of like trying out some ideas that they would later try out in other series. Like again, the comparison that immediately comes up is, 01's setting is a lot like Kai's setting. like robots took over. There's a satellite that gives them
Mhm.
power. It's like I can see how this maybe got adapted.
Sure.
And I would argue that Kenzan in Saber is almost like the third writer for Shinobi in terms of his design.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
I
if
mean, they
it
probably.
yeah.
Oh no! I wonder if they were like, yeah, we're never gonna use these. So if you have some concept stuff from this, you want to like adapt into something else, go for it.
Where's my quiz?
Yeah.
You know what? Give Saber enough time. I'm sure at some point they'll get a quiz related thing at some point.
Let's keep up with the chat. Yet another reason I don't like Geo. Yeah, for killing Aqua. Yeah. Hold on. I will go up to bat for the Kabuto arc. The Kabuto arc is where I feel like Geo peaked. I've said this on multiple occasions.
Oh yeah.
But
Geo as a whole was not a mistake. They got better. It's just that there are notable times where they really messed up. I would say, I get it. I get why you might not have been able to get Grease's actor to show up for the Kiva arc, but I feel like that it was almost perfect for him to show up at the time because they were filming the Grease movie around that time. It's like you got him right here. Just put him on another set.
I don't know. I feel like, so you know how Geo didn't have the Saber costume in?
Oh yeah,
like that costume's in use. You realize that, right? They can't use it.
I mean, I would also say in that case, I forgive that because it's like there's a possibility that that suit was still being made at the time that they filmed that.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, anyway, let's see. Good news. Blade Raider says, good news. Geo as much. Good news. Geo as much since Decade as. Wait. Good news. Geo as much since as Decade, so he's probably fine somewhere.
That's probably in reference to the crossover, the Geo and Decade thing.
Good news. Geo as much. Good news. Geo as much since as Decade, so he's probably fine somewhere.
Run that by
I'm just gonna assume you meant the worlds were uncollided and then I guess kind of recollided. His fate is probably left fine. Like he died, but it doesn't matter. He's fine somewhere. Like imagine that would be like the one thing they keep in continuity, that Aqua died.
Oh, I thought you were saying that they, for some reason, because I haven't seen all of the Geo versus Decade thing yet. For some reason, I thought you were saying that they killed Osogo. And it's like the good news is that he's just dead forever in all crossovers.
I like Sogo. You don't say that. I love Sogo. He's great.
A character where it's like he's a character where it's like I can see how someone would be annoyed with this character, but I'm kind of neutral towards him.
Yeah, I also really. Oh, you haven't watched the end of it. I appreciate what they did with the 7 Sogos aspect at the end of it and how they resolved it.
Neat.
Or not resolved. Resolved is a strong word. How they chose to finish that story.
That's a good way to describe these kind of one-off shorts.
Yeah. Let's
see.
It's
a strong word.
Let's see. Common Beyblade says my fan fiction season is Kamen Rider Split. It was a rider with 2 main forms. Oh, interesting. Blade Raider says what I was watching before this was Decade Geo thing. Like everything with Kamen Rider Decade in the title, I'm left with more questions than answers. You will never have answers to those. And Blade Raider says they were just being weird. It is 1,000% what that whole thing was. Yeah, I loved it though. It's still my Twitter banner, but the what's his name? The Schwartz slurping down that. It wasn't takoyaki. It was like It was something else, squid, right? But him slurping down that stuff was the funniest shit I have ever seen. Mortal Wombat says, it's funny that we keep bouncing back to Kakai of all the future riders. 01 is legit, just good. Timeline Kakai. We've got Robot Geo. I half expect him to pop back in at some point. I would like that. Peacemaker says it doesn't help for me. Most of my favorite shows got bad arcs in Geo. Fair, but Kabuto got an incredible arc, and they tried, like, it felt like the story, like their own internal story, was about to go somewhere. It didn't, mind you. It didn't go anywhere, but that's where it felt like it was. That, like, they were gonna try.
It's also,
so it gave me hope.
You saying your favorite series got butchered in Geo, there's a lot of series that got that treatment, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Especially earlier on. I always say I think the Kiva arc was probably written early on, and that's why it turned out so bad, even when they were doing cool things like Kabuto.
Yeah, but Kabuto was so good. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. I go back and rewatch that every now and again. Let's see. Blade Raider says, I mean, no one stays the hell dead anymore. Yeah, unless the character was fridged, they stay dead. Mortal Wombat says, with the upcoming Genom Thouser special, who's ready for yet more Genom merch?
Yeah.
No one was ready enough the first time. Nobody bought it. God. Are you okay? Is your throat okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Let's see.
I think this is turning out pretty good.
Very nice. Yeah,
I'm
it looks
getting in
great.
the elbow armor. I should probably fill in that gap because that doesn't look so good. That little small gap. That's pretty easy to fill in.
Which direction do you end up printing those?
This one, this one might be tricky. I'm gonna try and see if this prints, like, because of this angled wrist bit, this might be problematic. I'm just gonna see if it prints like this.
Without okay, yeah, I feel like that would make sense.
Yeah, I was about to say, when it's small parts, it's like, I think some of it will probably turn out fine.
Yeah.
That was definitely a thing that I learned early on. Oh, you got to account for gravity with these things. Oops, I got to go redo some stuff.
Well, like, I mean, that's if you print without supports, but
well, then there are things where it's like, I've added supports. Oh, now my model is really messy because of all these supports.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, especially when you're
speaking of printing, I noticed that the price of my Ryusou sword went down on Shapeways. Yeah, I had nothing to do with that, but the Ryusou swords are $5 if you want them.
Yeah, I have at this point, I still have some things on my Shapeways shop, but as I'm uploading them to Thingiverse, I've started deleting them from Shapeways just because it's like, well, now this is available somewhere that's probably a little bit easier to work with.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to have it in both spots because I recognize some people just don't have a 3D printer, and I get that.
Oh yeah, the reason that I am now fully comfortable with using Thingiverse is because I found out, oh, you can just, like, on on Shapeways at the top, there's this one link that says get a quote or whatever. It's like get a price quote. That basically just takes you to an upload page. So you could download something from Thingiverse and then put it there and then add it to cart.
Oh, okay.
So like,
I see.
I don't even need Shapeways as a proxy here.
Interesting, because like the reason you listed on Shapeways is because you choose the material, like the material that you think is going to go best with it.
Right.
And you kind of have more control over it, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
distribution wise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can. There are benefits for uploading to Shapeways, but I was just like, for myself, between how Thingiverse works and how Shapeways works, I find Thingiverse a lot easier to use for mass uploading. It's like I can just do things. I know that there is a way on Shapeways for you to like group things together. I couldn't actually figure that one out. But what I prefer is just like with the hands, for example, I would just upload them in a set.
Right. No, that's true. I agree. I want to make it easier just for the consumer.
Yeah, mine kind of operates on a if you know kind of basis.
Fair. I just want to make sure if the people that want it, if they want it, they can get it like the easiest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Boom. That is. Man, that took forever. I didn't even finish the other.
What part?
Sonic arrow.
Oh, yeah. It's like, hey, guess what? This is the wave where it's like, if you really like putting together those bows, good news.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, I'm almost done. I have, in total, I think 3 more bows to put together. Because I have, his other one, his closed up one, and then I have 2 from Gaim. Did I sticker the rest of what was in that set? I don't even remember anymore. What was in this set? What is in Gaim 2?
Zangetsu Shin, Jimba, and Kachidoki.
Yes, okay. Yes, I remember now. I did. Okay, so all I have left to do is this thing and Gaim, Jimba. Yes. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna put his name on the stand, and then throw the hands in a little bin, because otherwise there's not enough standing room for.
Oh yeah.
Gengetsu.
Whoa.
I don't know. Like display wise, I don't know that having these hands in there is too attractive as a display. Like,
it's appreciated.
Yes, I appreciate it. I just find no use for it. Okay. I think I'm gonna finish up this Sonic arrow and then want to call it there.
Sure.
Cool. Let's see. Oh, let's keep up with the chat again. Blade Raider says Blade, Agito, and Kabuto were the best Geo episodes. Others are fun, but those were where the show peaked. Soto Chronicle stickers feel way more time consuming than normal Soto. Yeah, I feel like it's because they want to make sure that all the details that the nerds are going to notice get in there.
I was about to say it's more stickers because we're older and more patient.
Yeah. Really, I feel like I'm less patient.
In theory.
And then he says, I've yet to put any stickers on Sonic arrows. I want to paint the blue edges first. Fair. What kind of paint are you going to use on the blue? Because it is a significantly lighter blue than what you
like a light metallic blue is what I would assume.
I mean, if we're mixing Gundam markers, maybe like a metallic blue plus some white paint or some white Gundam marker, but like white Gundam marker is ass. So,
I'll just say it. I think maybe all the primary colors in Gundam markers are kind of rough. Red especially.
Red is so hard to work with. Let me tell you. Where is he? This guy. Jesus Christ. The red got everywhere where it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
I hated every second of it. Also, this is not accurate to, I think, any clone at all. I was doing my best to make a not Fordo. He's one of the shock troopers that shows up in episode 3 for a brief second, and one of the first clone shock troopers we see that hangs out with Yoda. He's like their commander or whatever. I tried to make him, and there was some like EU stuff where like he has this extra stuff, except I think this pocket is different. It's like a hanging thing rather than a 2 pockets. But I wanted to make him, and all the red just seeped everywhere else.
Yeah, that's how it is.
God, it's the worst. And like, you can't touch anything. You can't touch anything else if you get red on your hands. And my hands are the ways that I help direct the paint. So I don't know. It's
all this and more is why I don't like working with the red.
Yeah, metallic red is nice. Yeah, metallic red is, all the metallic colors are really good.
The main reason that I even keep using the red marker is so that I can put a layer of that down, then the metallic red to get like a more vibrant shade. I do that with the build hands.
Speaking of build, next month we're getting Shoto build. I cannot wait to get those in hand.
Yeah.
I love Soto build. Don't get me wrong. I think that was my first Soto series. Because I did not like X-Aid, so I didn't buy any of that until later when I became a Soto fan instead of an X-Aid fan, or
I always say
Rider fan.
I always say the way that I got introduced to Soto was I was doing the X8 blog, and I was keeping up, documenting a bunch of the toys, and at that time I barely memorized the name Soto. I just always referred to it as the Candy Toy figure line.
Yeah.
But as I started to notice the blog, it was like, oh, they made this thing. Oh, they made this thing. By the end of X8, I was like, no, I recognize Soto now.
Yeah, like that's where it made a name for itself. I think, and after that, I was like, okay, well, build's starting, and I have to decide if I'm going to start collecting this or not, because these are going to end up being very hard to find if I don't make a decision right now. And ultimately, obviously, I ended up making that decision. And it's that same thing where people were buying a bunch of Star Wars figures for episode 1 before they knew if episode 1, if they were even going to like it. Huh?
Those fools?
Well, yeah. So that was a risk for me. I was like, I don't know that I'm going to like build. First episode was all right. I don't know how well this is going to end up going. So I took a risk, and it worked out. Let's see. Blade Runner says, I use Vallejo acrylics for the lighter colors, like the Sonic Arrows blue. Can be a pain to work with, but for small details, it's fine. Yellow is the worst paint. I hate it so much. Yellow is garbage. Yellow is a hot mess. It cannot be used on anything.
Again, all the primary colors, the red, the blue, the yellow, and also the white.
I will stand up for blue.
It's the least criminal.
It's the least criminal. I don't understand why they're so materially different. White, just if you don't shake that enough, sometimes it's just like murky water that comes out. I don't understand it. Yeah.
I have started to use acrylic paints this time. The thing that I always ran into with like switching up to proper acrylics was that I always worried that it would be very expensive to kind of keep up with. It's like you're not just buying paint, you're buying brushes, you're buying easels, whatever. Then I just happened to be at Walmart and their craft section and just looked at the paints. It's like, oh, this is like 50 cents a bottle. I'm getting these.
Well, that's a good revelation.
And,
anyway,
I also got a acrylic sealer to kind of protect them. It doesn't seem like it protects them completely, but it's enough. So it's like, now I'm using those.
All right, cool. Anyway, I think that's been a stream that we did just now. Went longer than I thought it would. Allergies aren't hitting me as much, so that's awesome. So guys, hope you have a good Rider week. Check us out. I mean, you guys already know. Thanks. You guys already know everything. New stuff here. Got plenty of the streets. RR the streets.
Yeah,
got plenty of Go Man Go. Whatever you want to do. Go ahead and do that. But the thing that you should do is check out the links in the description to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement, and then also the hashtag Stop Anti-Asian Hate stuff. So yeah, check all those out. Get yourself informed. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it. Oh, where are you? Ooh, this is a nice look. Yeah. All right. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Keep it.
Game over.